Don't you just love the smell of a mid-November day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, chicken and squirrels? Do I have a treat that we are about to unleash on you right now? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's 12 noon Eastern Standard. We're live from the big old gigantic recteq deck here in the heart of Evans, Georgia. And I have the pleasure of announcing none other than our Director of Culinary Innovation, a man that needs no introduction. He's got so many monikers behind his name on his business card. We had to get him an extra large business card. He will give you the answers that you need and the food to fuel your soul. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Chef Greg Muller.
Happy Thanks Grilling, everybody, and appreciate you joining us here for another episode of recteq Lunch Break, brought to you by recteq, powered by Kingsford. We got Jody Flanagan on the ones and twos. You got Sherpa on the gimbal over there, and we got a great treat because we're doing Thanksgiving recipes for the next 2 weeks.
Oh,
Why?
shoot, yeah.
Because you guys got a lot of questions about turkey, and since you guys cook it once a year and we cook it all the time, we figured we would just bestow our knowledge upon you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And we get some people hooking us up with some really awesome stuff, and we've got a honeysuckle white turkey breast here. We're going to show you how to just bring this up a couple notches and recteqify a classic, because you could take this right out of the package, slap some freaking Greek on it, throw it on a recteq. It's be the greatest turkey you've ever eaten.
You gosh darn right you can.
But we're not just going to stop there, because you know how we roll around here.
No.
I mean, you got to go a little bit crazy, right? So we're going to do a Cajun injected turkey breast with an andouille gravy. And
oh, shoot, yeah.
he just ran into the bush over there. I think that truck just kind of hit the bush. Okay, cool, man. Just scratched your car. But appreciate you guys joining us. But you got to do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that share button, comment down below, and throw Jody and myself some hate, because we love a little controversy.
We love answering questions. Put them in the comment
sure.
section, guys. I'll make sure to ask our Director of Culinary Innovation,
All right, so
Chef
we're going
Greg
to get
Muller.
this andouille gravy started first, because it's going to take about 20 minutes to cook.
Okay.
And this turkey breast is pretty much good to go. I'm going to do a couple things to it, but that turkey breast is pretty much good to go. So we've got a link of andouille sausage, and you can use your favorites. Cajun sausage. If you don't want to do Cajun, maybe you want to do like a little Moroccan flavor.
Ooh.
You can use some linguiça, but something with a little bit of fat to it, and with a little bit of flavor.
Uncle Mike's out there. What's up, Uncle Mike?
What's up, Uncle Mike? You could also do this with boudin too. So if you guys want to shoot us some boudin in the mail, we still do that Mail Day Monday show. Go ahead and send it to us. 4301 Evans to Locks Road.
Ronnie's boudin, preferably. Ronnie's boudin, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
man, that's good stuff. But again, just one link of
Les
andouille
Burles out
is really
there.
all we're going to need. And we're just going to kind of dice this up. But we got to cut it into sticks first, and then we'll go ahead and just kind of dice it up. And we want these to be really small, because I basically want this andouille to kind of melt into our gravy.
Yes. Teach us, Chef Greg.
Big chunks are okay, but smaller chunks preferable. Because, again, this is going to be this perfect sauce to accentuate this amazing roasted turkey breast.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to give a big shout-out to some top fans over there. A big birthday shout-out to Anthony, Roy, and Kaya.
Oh, happy
Appreciate
birthday.
you guys joining
in. Yeah.
We got a little bit of onion. And trivia question for you guys. What do you call onion, bell pepper, and celery?
Ooh.
I know Jody knows. But do you guys know?
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
I mean, that's close. Not exactly 100% right.
Hey,
but
Chef Greg,
close.
what proteins are you planning on smoking for your Thanksgiving?
I mean, we're going to do probably a prime rib, a ham, and a turkey.
Okay, all right. Is that your normal go-tos?
No, not really. We do definitely ham and turkey. But I figured after 2 weeks of cooking nothing but protein like that, I'd probably be tired of turkey, so I wanted something a little bit different.
Sarah said Trinity?
There you go. 100% right with that Trinity there. Now, I figured with that wild side in the backyard, I had to do that prime rib for Thanksgiving.
Shoot, yeah. Courtney said medley?
Medley, close. It is a medley. A melange, if you will. But we're just going to dice up this Trinity, and we're going to start to develop some really good color on our vegetables, and then we're going to show you how you guys to make a gravy. Now, you could do this same process with maybe just a little onion and celery if you want to make a nice like herb gravy. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to recteq and Kingsford YouTube channel, because that recteq grills expert behind us on the ones and twos over there showed you guys a great way to make a all-purpose gravy on that recteq.
Man, we've got so many amazing recipes. Myself, Chef Greg, and Chef John put in a lot of time and effort earlier in the year to get all of these holiday recipes for you guys, and they are being displayed on the recteq and Kingsford's YouTube channel. If you guys haven't already subscribed to that, please subscribe to the Kingsford, recteq, Chef Greg, and Jody YouTube channels.
Got to do it.
You got to do it.
All right. We got that RTB 380 bullseye at 500 degrees. We're preheated with a cast iron skillet, and we are burning those beautiful Kingsford hickory pellets because
it's hickory week, baby.
I want some good robust flavor on there. We're gonna let this go for just a couple minutes, and we're gonna. I can already smell it. It's gonna be delicious.
Oh yeah.
Don't stand over things like that and inhale. Doesn't usually go over very well. But I want to start to render out some of that fat. I want to start to caramelize all those bits and crispy crunchies of the andouille, because that's going to really start building layers of flavor. And that's the one thing I can just impart to you guys is throughout the holidays, you got to layer your flavor. So maybe you're going to take a cheat and use something store-bought. That's fine. Go ahead and amplify it with that Colden's Freaking Greek. All of the holiday flavors you need literally right here. So if your recteq lifestyle is busier than others and you can't, toast your croutons from scratch to make your dressing, just go ahead and take a cheat from the playbook of the experts, Jody, John, and I. I mean, that's how we do it.
Shoot yeah. Hey, Chef Greg, Chris Dewey's birthday was yesterday, so shout out, happy birthday, Chris Dewey.
Congratulations, Chris. Happy birthday.
Arkansas
How many years
in the
young
house.
are you? Man, that smells. Can you smell it over there? I know
Yes,
Mary
sir,
Bryson's
man,
over there like
absolutely
just
amazing. Hashtag
drooling.
recteq lifestyle.
God, so
man.
good. All right, so the Trinity, it's going to be 2 parts onion, 1 part bell pepper, 1 part celery.
And
you
that's
can
the
take a
Trinity.
look.
That's not the mirepoix,
That's
right,
the Trinity.
Chef
Well,
Greg?
the mirepoix is going to be that carrots, onion, celery in that same proportion. 2
Okay.
parts onion, 1 part carrot, 1 part celery for that.
Okay.
That mirepoix.
Okay.
But Sherp, we're already. Look how nice and
smash that
caramelized
share
it
button,
is.
guys. That looks absolutely amazing, Chef Greg.
And here's the step you can't rush. The vegetables.
Jay said it smells amazing. Shout out, Jay.
You can't rush the vegetables, because this is where something that when you're making Cajun Creole is really good, or it's kind of not so great.
Jesse's watching from the Bay Area.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's early there.
All right, about 4 or 5 minutes on that. But let's transition over to this honeysuckle white turkey, because it is delicious. This is a turkey roast. It's a boneless breast.
Oh yeah.
And maybe your family, doesn't prefer the dark meat. And hey, that's completely fine. But this boneless breast has already been, brined and marinated to be the most moist, juicy turkey ever. Now,
No antibiotics.
No antibiotics. No hormones. Family raised. Now, people that take care of animals really put their heart and soul into it. So they're not going to do anything to this that they wouldn't feed their family.
That's
so
right.
honeysuckle white is honestly like my go-to turkey, because they treat it well. It's a healthy animal, and healthy animals are typically happy animals, and happy animals are tasty animals. I don't say that to be kind of like, weird, but the same thing. Like if your animals are happy, they're healthy. But smash that share button. Let's go ahead and get this opened up.
Man, there's 330-something folks out there,
God,
Chef Greg.
I love it.
They're
Now-
learning all about Thanksgiving today.
Now this turkey roast here is a skin-on
Ow!
turkey
ow,
breast.
Ow, ow, ow.
So it's going to give you all of that great flavor that you like, but again, boneless. On the backside, it's got that tenderloin attached. And This
Okay.
is a beautiful looking piece of meat.
Okay.
And again, this contains about 18% solution, which is going to give you great moisture. But you guys know we're making a Cajun turkey.
Yep.
So we got some of that Tony Chachery.
Sony Shashashashashas. You know it, guys. You guys see that everywhere on the shelves.
It's good.
Hey, should I use this? Should I not use this?
It's really good.
So
but
we're answering that
I'm not
question
going to
for
get
you.
any hate from my Louisianians out there, because we're going to use that slap your mama in that gravy, okay? Because
Oh.
every time I bring out the Tony C, I tend to get a little hate from people out there.
That's right.
So
Shout out Stephen Williams. He got that for us, right?
shoot, yeah. So I'm gonna grab our injector, and we're just gonna kind of go ham. And you can see I've made one incision, and we're gonna kind of fill this turkey breast up.
Shout out.
Tony C recommends 1 ounce per pound.
Meh.
But
It seems a little weak, Chef Greg.
I mean, go big or go home. And if any little bit leaks out like that, no biggie, because it's going to be our binder.
Mark Cothran came by and got a bullseye this morning.
Oh,
He
what's
says
up,
he's
Mark?
sorry he missed us. Mark, we sorry we missed you, buddy.
Or just turn right back around and get some of this Cajun turkey.
Shoot, yeah. Guys, smash that share button. We're teaching you all about the boneless breast today. Shout out our friends at Honeysuckle White. They make a great product. Tell them we sent you. What brand injector is that, Chef Greg? You know you get that question all the time.
All the time. So I'm a fan of the Spit Jack. It's just a dial-driven injector. You can also go to Tractor Supply and get the equine injectors. Okay? Those horse injectors.
Okay.
You know, but for me, I like the Spit Jack. Easy to use, a good bit of control, but, you know, hey, use what you got. If any of that injection leaks out, just kind of rub it all over.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to season this with some of that Colton's Freaking Greek because it's the holidays. Just because we're going Cajun doesn't mean we can't go traditional.
So, Greg, we've been, while you're talking turkey, let's talk about Christmas. A lot of folks are wondering, man, should I wait or should I just go ahead and buy now?
Okay, go ahead, order your grill, order all of your accessories, all your rubs, order right now because you've seen the craziness out there. UPS has had commercials and FedEx have had commercials begging everybody to go ahead and place their orders now because you might not get it by Christmas. So what you want to do is go ahead and order now.
Get it now, guys.
So you can get it by Christmas.
Telling you.
Because you might not be cooking this Thanksgiving, but I can guarantee you're going to cook it for Christmas or New Year's. If you got a birthday in between, might as well. But don't wait. You know, if you're going to be with your friends and family around the holidays, they might as well eat the best darn food ever. Jody, you got a good question, buddy?
Yep. How far in advance is it okay to inject?
So depending on what you're injecting with, a commercial injection for something like, say, briskets, pork butts, things like that, they've got phosphates in there. And with phosphates, you really don't want to inject, say, greater than about 12 hours or so because it'll start to break down the meat and make it a little bit soft and kind of give it like a little bit of a different texture that you might not like. Something like this, you can inject, let it sit for just a little bit, and, you know, stick it right on the grill maybe half hour later. But you don't have to inject hours ahead of time. Jody, you want to flip it over and let's get these vegetables a quick stir?
Shoot, yeah. Hey, another good question here. Would you brine this, Chef Greg?
We definitely don't need to brine this because it's already been done for us. I'm going to add in a little bit of butter here. We'll start making a roux. Again, this is contained 18% solution. That's going to be turkey broth. Just a little slap your mama in there. So that turkey's got 18% turkey broth solution, spices, salt, really, really, really good flavor.
Okay.
It's going to make this the most insanely delicious, tender, moist, succulent. Just put in all those adjectives of, like, delicious. It's in the turkey.
Would you put butter under the skin?
I really wouldn't worry about this because I've got so much butter in there. It's going to kind of percolate through the meat, and it's going to kind of baste this turkey breast. And think of this like a self-basting sort of piece of meat. There's so much liquid and flavor in here that it's essentially poaching in itself.
Ooh.
And if you've never cooked a boneless turkey breast like this, I'm telling you, just think of the most moist turkey ever and then like duplicate it or amplify it. That's what this is. Jody, what you got, buddy?
Two other really good questions. What rubs are you using again, Chef Greg? And then can you over-season this?
No, you cannot over-season anything. You can with salt, but like taste your food as you go. But we're using those Colton's Freaking Greek. We're using that Rossaruski's Honey Rib Rub because I want a little sweetness to kind of combat the spiciness. So we've got, you know, savory with the herbs, the salt, the nutmeg, or the marjoram. Fantastic flavor. The sweetness with the sugar, the paprika, the garlic, the cayenne. Super tasty stuff. And then we get that Cajun butter on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and get a glove on and we'll get this. Now, I'm bringing a little sweetness to the table because we got Kingsford maple pellets on the RT 700 over here.
So, Chef Greg, could you throw rub under the skin?
You could if you want. I'm not going to worry about it because, again, there's already so much flavor right there. Woo! You're getting a sneak peek right here. All right, so we're going to go 325 for about 2 hours.
Wow.
That's it. 325 for 2 hours. Leave it alone. Just
Smash
leave
that
it alone.
share button, guys.
Just leave it. Just go, I don't know, do a holiday craft. That's what we do around the house. My mother-in-law tends to attempt to embarrass us with holiday crafts.
Okay.
We've made ugly sweater vests. We tie-dyed our own T-shirts. We've made cockatios. And if you don't know what cockatio is, just stay tuned because you will see what a cockatio is. And maybe if you know what a cockatio, just go ahead and comment down below and let everybody else know. And then we'll use these Thanksgiving crafts for Christmas.
Greg, how far in advance can you brine your turkey?
All right, so brining your birds, make sure they're good and thawed. I typically brine for 24 hours. So if you're eating turkey on Thursday, what I want to do is I want to brine on Tuesday, which means my bird has got to be thawed by Tuesday. Depending on how big your bird is, it could take 2 to 6 days in the fridge to fully thaw out. So I brine on Tuesday. So I put it in the brine, Monday night, comes out Tuesday night. Wednesday, it goes in the fridge. I put the butter under the skin, goes in the fridge Wednesday night uncovered. Let that cool air sort of just blast the outside, almost dries that skin out a little bit to give it some good crispiness. Goes in the RT 700 or the 590 or the 340 that Thursday. I'm also a big fan of spatchcocking. So I'm going to spatchcock, then brine, then put the butter up underneath the skin. 325 and higher. There is no need to cook your turkey lower than 325.
Wait, Greg, but what if I want smoke flavor?
You're going to get plenty of smoke flavor in your food. Why? Because it is a wood-fired cooking device. Did you hear that right? It's a wood-fired cooking device. You're going to get flavor whether you're cooking at 200 or 500 and everything in between. Now, you might not see smoke billowing out of your grill. That's exactly what you want to see. That thin blue smoke coming out of that grill is going to ensure you have the most tastiest, well-cooked food. So wood-fired oven at higher temps, smoker at lower temps. You don't need to get crazy about it. All right, so we've got our roux in here. I've got some flour, and we're going to start to...
Oh,
you can
wow.
see our
Smash that
vegetables
share button, guys. That looks so good, Chef Greg.
have got some color to them. That's what you want. You don't want to burn it, but you want to give it some color. So we're going to add some flour in here.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to make a roux. And roux is going to be equal parts fat and flour by weight. So if you use, a half a pound of butter, you got to use a half a pound of flour. And I'm an advocate for cooking my roux in with the vegetables. So we're not making a gumbo. We're not making an etouffee.
Could you do this on the bull?
Absolutely.
What about any other of our pellet grills, Chef Greg?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to do it at a lower temp, it's just going to take a little bit longer. But this is something you can easily make and, keep hot on top of the grill. The longer this sits and cooks, the better it's going to taste. But you don't want to rush it. Again, a couple minutes, that flour is going to toast. It's going to combine with that butter. It's going to almost give us a good nuttiness. But it's also going to get darker, and that's going to give us a really, really robust color to our sauce. Jody, what you got, buddy?
All right, Chef Greg, how do you get a crispy skin when you inject?
So I'm putting the injection underneath the skin. So I'm not really creating a moisture on top. So a lot of folks, when you can't get crispiness, your food is just too wet. And what I mean by wet is, like, if you take it out of a package, take some paper towels and kind of dry the top. Put it in the fridge uncovered. Let it sort of dry out. Or you could take a jacquard and pierce the skin a couple places. But when you're using, commercial turkey, you're going to get crispy skin with temps over 325. If something's been, pressure vacked, sometimes you can get some gumminess to your fat. But again, there's not really too much you can do. Think of it like a pastrami or corned beef. You can cook that fat. It's never really going to get crispy because it's kind of already sort of cooked and cured. Some of your commercialized products can kind of be like that as well. But tomatoes, I like tomato in my gravy.
What?
I do. When it comes to my Cajun gravy, I like a little bit of the sweetness and a little bit of the acidity that the tomato gives.
Mmm.
So you think I'm crazy for making this with a turkey? You could do this for shrimp, chicken, pork chops. There's really no limit to this gravy. You could really add it to your favorite meat, quite frankly. Little fried egg and a biscuit in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Hey, not really relevant question, Chef Greg, but how high of what's the max temperature you can safely say that the RT700 could reach?
From 200 to 500 degrees, you're going to get that grill to maintain that temp. When you put that grill on full, you'll get upwards of 500, and it really depends on your ambient conditions and the freshness of the pellets, and quite frankly the quality of your pellets to get max temps. So if you want to get max temps on your grill, make sure you use good pellets. Pick up those Kingsford hickory pellets or the classic blend with the oak. It'll give you some great flavor. Stick right there, Sherp. We'll grab our chicken stock. But don't use junky pellets.
That's
okay?
right.
We got
that freshy fresh.
Good. We got some chicken stock here.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to go ahead and hit this. And you can see it already starting to get thick.
And just to reiterate our general rule of thumb, if you're going to cook your turkey at 325 degrees, it's about 15 minutes a pound. If you're a 350 person, 325 degrees is about 20 minutes a pound. If you're a 350 person, it's about 15 minutes a pound.
Yeah.
That's a
and
good
if you spatchcock, you
general
can cook a
rule
little
of thumb.
bit quicker. If it's, make sure your bird is thawed. I've seen many folks out there kind of put a bird that's like par thawed, where the breasts are still frozen. Obviously, it's not going to cook the same. So you don't want to put something in there that's kind of frozen and not cook right. Jody, what you got, buddy?
All right, so I think you can really elaborate on this, Chef Greg, in the way that I want you to. Do you butter the outside of the turkey as well, or do you use olive oil to protect the skin?
So if I do, an herb butter under the skin, I typically have gloves on, so I'll have some kind of butter on my fingers. You better believe I'm going to rub that bird down, okay? And putting olive oil on the outside isn't really going to protect the skin, but what you're going to do is you're going to create sort of a little layer that, rub and seasoning can stick, and then right when you first put it into the grill, it's going to melt and basically start to crust your bird. And you don't need anything overly greasy, so if you're going to use olive oil, or maybe you use like duck fat spray, or aerosol, non-stick cooking spray, it's perfectly fine to use as well. It's just whatever you want to use. Don't overthink it. If there's one piece of advice we can give you here at recteq, don't overthink it, okay? You heard that right. Just let it ride. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the weather outside. Jody's got a sweatshirt on and shorts.
Yeah, girl.
And he's living the recteq lifestyle that way. For me, I got to put pants on because I'm breaking in my new boots because my boots fell apart the other day. Sad. 12 years. Bottom finally fell out. So, but again, don't overthink it, guys. Just enjoy the day. Let the grill do the work for you. If you do nothing else, grab that turkey, cold and freaking Greek, 325 till an internal temp of 165 in the breast, 175 in the leg and thigh. We recommend spatchcocking it, but if you have any other questions, feel free to reach us. Shoot us a message on Facebook. You can shoot Jody or myself an email. It's jody@recteq.com, Chef Greg at recteq.com. Let us know. We'd be happy to help you guys out. Any other good questions, Jody, coming in?
Absolutely, man. There's a lot of really good questions. Thank you guys so much. All right, so here's kind of a two-parter. Laura White says she's been scared to try full. And then Tom Quinn, right by her, says, does it hurt to use full for a longer cook?
Full or foil?
Full.
Full. Now, if you're going to cook a turkey at 500 and something degrees, you're going to completely just nuke the outside, and you're going to have kind of raw turkey on the inside unless you completely just, burn the outside. So I'm not a fan of some people, old adage, they'll put their oven at 500 degrees, put their turkey in and then turn the oven off. No. You're cooking with wood. You're burning wood the entire cook. So all you're going to do is kind of stall that grill out. Just run at 325 or 350 and let it alone. Again, you're overthinking it, okay? Open a bottle of wine, get you a case of cold beer, whether you want to drink that Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, who knows? However you want to live your recteq lifestyle. A nice IPA even. Just relax. Toast some marshmallows maybe. S'mores for breakfast. Doesn't matter, okay? All right, let's take a look at this turkey here.
Oh, yes.
Because we put this on earlier today.
Greg, could you cook turkey on the wild side?
Shoot, yeah, Bo.
Shoot, yeah.
Oh, looking almost done here.
Oh,
we're
wow. So while you're in there, Chef Greg, why did you use the cooling rack to cook that turkey on?
Just make it easier to get in and out.
Okay.
I had it seasoned on a pan, and I just took it off of the pan and went right on the grill. It was just being a little bit lazy, maybe.
All right, so if you have to be at Thanksgiving dinner 2 hours away, okay, and you're in charge of cooking the turkey, Greg, how would you transport that turkey?
All right, so what I'm going to do with that turkey...
Listen up, Jason Brasington.
I'm gonna take it. I'm going to cook it to probably about 158 or 160 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it in foil. I'm going to put it in a cooler, and I'm going to drive. Okay. And then, depending on when you want to eat, you're going to claim the oven for the last 20 minutes. Because what you're going to want to do is, when you wrap it in foil, it's going to unfortunately make that skin soggy. It's just a nature. It's humidity. It's steam. It's going to happen. But when you get there, that cooler is going to act like a hot box. And it's going to keep that turkey really nice and hot. It's going to keep it out of the temperature danger zone. It's also going to increase that carryover cook, which when we remove from the grill. Now, don't put it in a stone cold cooler. Maybe get a pot of water, boiling water, put it in there to kind of bring up the ambient temperature of that cooler. It's just like when you get a new cooler and you're going to fill it up with cold beer. Okay, you got to put some ice in there first to get the cooler cold before you put your cold beer in there. It's going to
melt the it's going to melt the ice.
This is Cooler 101, people.
That's right.
You got to prime the pot.
Shout out recteq
No
icer.
different with your coolers. And that way, when you get to the house 2 hours away, you go ahead and blast that turkey in there for the last maybe 10, 15 minutes and re-crisp up that skin. Perfect. Every time.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
Smash that share button, guys. Chef Greg is showing you the most amazing Cajun roasted
super easy
turkey breast with andouille gravy.
Andouille gravy. Now, once this thickens up, it's just going to take a minute or so. Turkey is almost done, but we want to talk to you about turkey tips, okay? Because we're going to drop you some knowledge on all of the shows. We're going to recap right now. Prior to the event, couple days, go ahead and grab all your service pieces. Make sure they're clean, and make sure you have utensils to serve with. Because what you don't want to do at like 2 o'clock when you're ready to eat is, hey, where's the gravy boat?
Yep.
And then people are scavenging your kitchen that don't know your kitchen, making a mess.
Yep.
Grab all of your dishes, go ahead and label them. Get them clean, put them out, and that way you know. For me, I've already gotten all of my dry groceries. My turkeys are in the freezer. I got my stuffing mix. I got my canned condensed soup for my green bean casserole. I got frozen green beans in the freezer. I bought every can of fried onions I could find. Why? Because when Jody Flanagan can't find one, boom, I got my onions for him. Because I know he uses onions like they're going out of style for his green bean casserole. And I think this year we're going to mix it up a little bit, Jody. I might even put some of those in my dressing.
Ooh, I like it. I'm gonna go that cornbread dressing this year.
Ooh, that's good, man. Have a plan for Thanksgiving. Communicate if you're having a potluck or a Friendsgiving. Communicate now who's responsible for what. Because what you don't want to have happen is have 4 corn dishes.
Yep.
Okay? Because someone's got to make the mashed potatoes. Someone's got to make the sweet potato casserole.
That's
and
right.
Unfortunately, you're going to have a friend out there. They're going to make something healthy.
2 sets
So
of
you gotta make
deviled
sure
eggs.
you got to make sure you double down on those deviled eggs. You got to make sure you double down on the gravy and all of those delicious sides because you want to have leftovers, right? So start planning now. And plan number 1 is go ahead and order your recteq grill right now. Whether it's the 340, the 590, the 700, doesn't matter. Go ahead and get it ordered now. That way you guys can get cooking like meals like this for the holidays. Jody, what you got, buddy?
All right, so I think this is a great question. Can you use a gluten-free flour for that roux?
You can definitely use that. Now, what you could also do is this is going to be a Creole dish. You could take some cooked white rice, okay?
Huh?
Put it in a food processor to break it down a little bit
Yeah.
and thicken that with rice.
Huh.
You could also thicken that with a little instant mashed potato. Just make sure, again, they're gluten-free mashed potatoes because sometimes there might be a little, food starch in there that you might not want to eat. But you can always thicken if you're making a soup or a gravy and it's a little thin. Instant mashed potatoes are your friend. Why?
Cool.
Just sprinkle them on the top. It will absorb some of that moisture. It will thicken up for you and give you great flavor.
What about a
stuff.
cornstarch slurry, Chef?
You can definitely use a cornstarch slurry. You can use arrowroot as well. Just know when you make cornstarch into your slurry, just a little bit of water or turkey stock, it doesn't reheat well. So that's why you get like the lumpies with the Chinese food. Whereas a roux-based sauce, you can kind of reheat, and it's going to be a very similar consistency as it was the first time, whereas cornstarch really doesn't reheat like excellent. But who doesn't love leftover cold Chinese food the next day?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I like Chinese food for breakfast, lunch, dinner, 7 days a week.
Great gluten-free tip, Chef Greg, says Tom Taylor.
There we go, Tom Taylor.
Tom did have a good question. Can you use spray butter to crisp up that skin on the outside?
You sure could, because we've got some right here.
Shout out.
We always got some spray butter around. You never know. I mean, you got to mist it, so let's go ahead and mist it right now.
Get
Come
on there,
in here,
Sherp. Guys, smash that share button. Give us a like. Give us a love. Oh, sorry. I thought I switched it. My bad, Sherp. It didn't listen to me.
Whoop. All right, so I'm thinking 2 more minutes on that bird. We'll take it off. Let's check our gravy here. Should be starting to simmer now.
Oh, simmer down now.
We got to give it a taste.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it's going to get thick in a second.
All right, so what are you tasting right now, Chef Greg?
I'm tasting for salt.
Tell us what's going on. What are you feeling in your mouth?
I'm tasting for salt. I'm tasting for spice.
Okay.
Acidity even. I want a little bit of burn on there because this turkey is going to be so robust in flavor.
Okay.
You kind of got to get it all over. So needed just a little bit more slap your mama. Everything else was perfect.
Okay.
Everything else was perfect. Now, if you wanted to speed this up a little bit, now that chicken stock was stone cold. If your chicken stock is warm, this would probably have thickened to come together in no time.
Gotcha.
So I just went ahead and threw it on riot mode. We'll get this over 700 degrees because it's almost been an official show. We started a little bit late. So we're probably right about 29 minutes
we're at 30
in.
minutes right now.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take this turkey off.
Is ghee as good as spray butter?
Ooh, ghee is delicious. If you can find spray ghee, that's fine. We also use spray duck fat, aerosol duck fat. The problem is when it's a little cold, it kind of jams up in the nozzle. So you kind of got to be careful with that. But, I mean, you know. All right, let me go ahead and pull this out.
Get in there, Sherp.
And here's what I love about that rack is I can just take it out.
What about the cooking mat, Chef Greg? Could you also use the cooking mat?
Shoot, yeah. Oh, I got some.
You got some ghee in your eye?
No, I got some of the slap your mom in my nose.
Oh, yeah.
It's really windy out here.
Smash that share button, guys. Look how great that turkey turned out. We're using a honeysuckle white whole breast today. Boy, is she pretty. You got some beautiful color on there, Chef Greg.
Shoot,
I
yeah.
can smell those spices that you used. Can you go over how you season this one more time?
Absolutely. So we injected this bad boy with some of that Tony's Cajun butter.
Okay.
We went ahead and seasoned it with that Colton's freaking Greek, a little bit of that Rosarewski's honey rib rub.
Okay.
The Greek's going to give us that good savory note to the turkey. That honey rib rub is going to give us the sweetness, almost that like barbecue-esque flavor.
Right.
But really good stuff. Not just for ribs. People don't realize you can cook chicken with the Rosarewski's. You can cook all sorts of good stuff. It doesn't have to be just barbecue.
That's right. The rubs are super, super versatile. Where can they get those, Greg?
You guys can find those at recteq.com. And again, you can see the moisture just all over this bad boy.
Cheese and crackers.
And you want to let it rest because it's like hot magma on the inside.
Lava,
so don't get in there like a savage animal and just start chopping away. Now, the grain of this turkey is going to kind of run like this. So when you slice it, make sure you're cutting it against the grain.
Oh, well, that is a great tip that I didn't even think anybody ever noticed.
You got to cut it against the grain.
So how would you, Chef Greg, how would you figure out what direction that grain is going in?
All right, so if this was an imaginary whole turkey, and his legs are at me, right? When I cut it off the breast, I kind of go down the breastplate, hug the rib cage. Now I've got one big piece of turkey breast. I'm going to start at the rooter end, if you will, and slice back. So if this is my turkey breast, just slice back across. Now you should be able to see the protein strands in this when you cut it. So if you cut one slice wrong, don't worry. Dip it in the gravy, eat it. You're going to be fine. Just give it a rotate, slice it up. That's it. Oh, we're starting to simmer away there. It's going to be really good. Usually about 20 minutes or so, that'll thicken up and simmer down and get delicious. If it's not thickening up quick enough for you, again, it's got to come up to a rolling boil for that starch to coagulate and get thick. If it doesn't come to a simmer or a rolling boil, that protein in the flour is not going to coagulate and activate and get thick for you, okay? And then just know the longer you cook your flour, before you add your liquid, you're going to lose a little bit of that thickening capabilities too.
Ooh, great
So
tip.
just think about that as well if you're using a raw roux, which is just uncooked flour and butter, versus one that's been cooked to a dark brown like a peanut butter color. They do thicken at different consistencies, but it's going to be delicious. So let's give this one quick stir.
Oh, get
And
in there,
see.
sharp. Wow, I wish you guys could smell this right now. Oh. Guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you have any questions, Chef Greg is knocking it out the park today with a Cajun roasted turkey and his world-famous andouille gravy.
And like I said, we'd normally let this thicken a little bit more. But we're take a little bit of this out because I know Jody's hungry. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So
Don't
we'll
worry,
save-
Courtney. We will be doing turkey alternatives as well. Don't worry.
You don't like turkey?
She's allergic, she says.
Ugh, that's terrible. I would go ahead and cash in that turkey allergy for another one.
Yeah.
Just go to the allergy store and just return that turkey allergy. Maybe pick up like a pine nut allergy. Like I'd rather be allergic to pine nuts than turkey. Just saying.
Joseph is actually going to smoke his turkey that he actually shot this year.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
A couple of folks are wondering if you could cook a spatchcock turkey on the bullseye.
Sure can. Keep temps again 325, or even with the bullseye, you could probably get down to 300 because that's more of a direct fire, a little bit more dry heat than say the Lifestyle series. I would definitely recommend putting a drip pan in underneath. Put some turkey stock or chicken stock in there, and all that stuff is going to drip in there and get super, super delicious. But sure, let's go ahead and get in here.
Oh, get in there, sure.
And
So,
let's-
Chef Greg, where would somebody go to get a good set of knives?
I mean, you can look at the moisture just dripping out of this thing right here.
She's leaking. She's soaking wet.
I mean, we did put a lot of that Cajun butter in here. And you can start to see
Look
that
at that.
Cajun butter.
It's so moist.
I mean, this is a honeysuckle white turkey, man.
Shout out.
Oh, look at that Cajun butter
Smash
right there.
that share button, guys. Chef Greg knocked it out of the park today with this delicious Cajun turkey breast.
So good. Gordon Ramsay would not be frustrated with this turkey. But again, look at how just insanely juicy this is. Just like that.
So moist, so succulent. And again, Chef Greg, what grill did you use to cook this with,
We
and what
used the
pellets?
RT700. We used the Kingsford maple pellets for the turkey. We used the hickory pellets for the gravy here.
Wow.
And that's what I want. Just gonna baste our turkey just like that.
Smash that share button, guys. Give us a like. Give us a love. Chef Greg knocked it out of the park today, showing off his turkey and gravy skills.
I mean, we don't even mess around. All right, Jody, you ready to
Yes.
try some of this?
Yes. Yes. Very
Come
much
on
so.
in here. I'm just gonna rip up a little pile for you.
You're gonna rip a lip right there, bro. But shout out to everybody watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section down below. Let us know where you're watching from.
It's hot, buddy. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No, it's of course it's hot, buddy.
It's lava.
The texture, the smoke, the flavor, everything about it I love. You knocked it out of the park. Chris Kelly said it perfectly. Wow.
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 It's so
So
good.
moist. I mean, it's
And you get some of that
you
spice on the
slice
back
it,
end.
It's about to drip. But the spice, yeah. It hits you, and then it gets out of there, just like I like it. Knocked it out of the park. Great job, Greg. Wow, guys.
Some green onion
Smash
over
that
here.
share button.
Man, that's
Does
so
the
good.
turkey need to rest again, Chef Greg?
Definitely turkey needs to rest. Now this we cooked a little bit, sliced a little bit quickly. 20, 30 minutes is going to rest, be perfect. A whole bird or a spatchcock bird, again, you want to let it rest. Jody, I got a towel for that juicy chicken or turkey coming at you.
Oh, yeah.
God, it was like
That was a
quarterback
great-
touchdown,
I'm telling you,
flag
great
football
throw, Chef
throw right
Greg.
there.
Shout out.
But guys, let it rest with any meat. Get it done sooner. So again, give yourself some leeway. You don't want to have to be rushing through a cook at the end to try to finish something. So
Right.
if this rests for 45 minutes, there's nothing wrong with that. If I
Looks
needed to, I could put
amazing.
that in a cooler. It would stay nice and hot. I could easily turn the grill off, tent that with some foil. It'll stay warm for a very, very, very long time. If you guys want this recipe and more, make sure you go ahead and jump over to recteq.com/lunchbreak. Put your email address in there. We will insert this recipe into your inbox prior to the holidays. But Don't wait. Do yourself a favor. Subscribe to recteq and Kingsford YouTube channel right now. We have recipes being dropped each and every day for Thanks Grilling because we're doing the hard work for you guys. Okay? Step-by-step instruction for everything from turkey to sides to desserts to drinks. A way you guys can knock Thanksgiving out of the park for your friends and family. And if you have any questions, any comments, give us a call here. Shoot us an email, 706-922-0890. Any of the amazing customer service representatives that are working right up in there, they all own grills. They cook
use
on
it
grills
themselves.
They'll be living the recteq lifestyle these holiday season too. So you can ask their favorite recipe. They'll be more than happy to share with you their tips and tricks and the things that they've learned while here. Jody, anything else?
The last question, our boy Frank Smith, he's been asking it all
What's
show.
up, Frank?
Where do you get your knives from, Chef Greg?
All right, so these were handmade by a guy who is almost no longer making one. So you can find his knives at JapaneseChefsKnife.com. His name is Mr. Itou, I-T-O-U. They did just release about 100 of his knives, and this is probably going to be the last batch. So it is the holiday season, so go ahead and buy yourself a knife. And while you're at it, just add another one into the cart and just mail it here. I won't mind. I'll put it in my knife roll. I will use it. But again, if you guys have any questions, you can shoot me an email, chefgreg@recteq.com. I'd be happy to provide any knife suggestions for you. The knives that we use here at recteq Academy are the Fujiwara series. Excellent value for your money. Good bang for your buck. Almost as good as RT700.
Almost.
That turkey's fire. But sure, if you can see this gravy. Oh, see, look at this gravy now.
Wow.
That's what you want right there. Get nice and thick. Like another 5 minutes, that'll tighten up. Ooh, child.
I like my gravy like I like my
Please.
women.
How does that?
Thick and tan.
There you go. Okay. I was waiting for an Asian joke to get in there somehow. We were doing
Yeah, with a
Cajun
little Asian
turkey.
flavor, yes.
It works out good. But from all of us here at the recteq Worldwide Headquarters, we wish you a happy holidays. And you know how we like to end the show around here. God bless you. God bless the United States. And we will see you
at the recteq.
Do, do, do.
Do-do-do-do.
Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Cajun turkey. Set it. Come get it.
Yum, yum.
Till the sun starts going down.
Yum, yum.
Live your life the way you like.
Yum,
The
yum,
recteq
yum.
turkey style.
Good. We're out.